This episode of Tommy Talks brought to you by Drink Rink.
Hello,
Keep your drinks
folks,
safe.
and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. Just a second, let me fix this camera so it's perfect. My face, I'm sorry if my face is too white, but welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. I have two guests tonight, folks. Two guests that we're going to knock out and lay out in the center of the drink ring. We're going to pop ourselves open a drink and have us a nice, tasty beverage from the drink ring.
Looks like you got two varieties tonight, Tommy.
One with alcohol on it, also. Just to let you know I'm drinking tonight.
Oh, this is a special occasion, folks. What do you got, rum and coke, or
Yes, rum and Coke. Diet Coke, actually, to be exact.
the drink of Julian?
So, how are my two guests doing tonight? How is everybody doing here tonight?
I'm doing very good. It's Easter. I had a good Easter dinner, some ham, some potatoes. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready for this show.
Alright. So, Mr. Graham Hall, how are you doing there today? Mr. Graham Hall, youtube.com/Graham Hall. He talks about football, sports, wrestling, everything you could want to do. And the fact is, if you walk down a dark alley, you'll run away from him.
Well, only small kids and old people run away from me, actually. But I've had a wonderful Easter. Spent it out with the family. Went to Red Lobster. Had a nice, really freaking expensive dinner. And now I'm sitting here enjoying a drink with Tommy and Z.
Yes, I have me a nice, ooh, rather watered down Coke and rum. Doesn't it, rum, once it has that watered down taste, you kind of lose the alcohol sensation. But you know, it gets crazy and wild, so I don't know if I'll get too crazy tonight.
Well, that's the thing, right? Once it gets watered down, that's when you just start drinking it faster. Compensate.
I just wanted to say, Tommy, I am very glad to be on your show this evening. This is the only show that I'll be able to do for this entire week, due to the fact that my wisdom teeth are being removed in the morning.
Ouch! Jeez, man, that's gonna hurt. So
no shameless plugs this entire week.
Oh.
Yeah, no shameless plugs indeed there, buddy. That's gonna hurt.
When you get your
It's
wisdom
gonna be
teeth
feeling
out,
nothing but probably may give you the Novocaine so it feels numb. You just feel like your lips just go like,
So you can't. Jacob was wanting to say something real quickly. What were you saying, Jacob?
oh, I said once you get your wisdom teeth out, be sure to drink a lot of milkshakes.
So the first person on the chopping block for tonight would be our. I'm gonna interview two guests tonight. I'll be interviewing Jacob tonight. After I interview, I'll do two interviews tonight. I'll be interviewing Graham Hall, and then I'll be interviewing Jacob, the milkshake man. Okay, so
Hey,
let's get
Jacob,
this.
what's your channel name?
My channel is Shake on It with Jacob.
Shake up with Jacob. Oh, that's awesome. That rhymes.
No,
That's
Shake on It. Sorry.
Shake on it with
Yes.
Jacob. Okay, that's awesome, man. For an early question, when did you start doing this channel? What inspired you to start doing that channel?
Oh, I started about 3-4 months ago, maybe. I watch a lot of YouTube, and at the time, it seemed like a lot of the channels that I was watching, some of the people were just encouraging to, get out there and start making something, whatever it be, like just do it. And so it just seemed like perfectly timed. Some of my favorite channels were all saying that at the same time. So, I thought, what the heck? It was around Christmas time. I bought myself a camera and started ever since.
Okay. So, this is early questions. what is it? Graham. Graham, what inspired you to get your channel going, and what reasons did you have for getting on here on YouTube?
Well, as everyone knows that I started, I got to give credit where credit is due. The original person that had me interested in doing a YouTube show was Joe Cronin. Okay? Um, a lot of us fans of Joe Cronin would end up in a Skype chat after one of Joe Cronin's shows, and we'd just be sitting there talking. And then eventually one day I was like, you know what? All the fans are sitting here talking, so why don't we do a show? So that's how I started.
Wow, I'm sorry I had to step off camera. I was just fixing one of my lights as I was talking to you. I apologize. I stepped off camera as I was listening. I'm wearing headset so I can hear you.
Yeah, Tommy, it's nice that you got an upgrade now. You got the sound wherever you go. You got the mic wherever you go.
Yes.
Looks good. It suits you well, Tommy. Maybe you should keep that up for future shows.
Can you see me? Is my face completely obliterated out?
You're kind of washed out, man. It's hard to see your facial features.
On here, I don't know. I am watching the Hangout, though, on my Wii U gamepad, and you have to give me a second.
Let's just say this, Tommy, your nose
It's still showing you off frame here at the second.
I'm okay. My lights really blur out my face, so I'm sorry that yes, I'm that white, folks.
It's all
Sort
right,
of.
Tommy. That's what I went to school for. After the show, I'll give you a little thing about how to fix the lights so that it does not white out your face.
One thing's for sure, though, Tommy, is the lighting, though, is making your face really look really pale.
Okay. Well, Graham told me, he said he can help me do that, show me how to, so it won't blow up my face. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and forth and ask you each the same question, but totally different. So I'm going to go off interviewing Graham, then I'm going to interview you, Jacob, kind of like a multiple question thing here. We'll go back and forth and ask each question, multiple question, and guys, just keep remembering what the question is I say, so when I get to the next person, I can ask that question, but in different perspective. So, okay, let's start off with Graham. Graham, what was your first ever YouTube video you ever made?
The first video I made was a video called State of the NFC East. It was talking about the NFC East division of the NFL, and got a lot of views on it. So I knew that talking on here was something I should continue to do.
Now, how many views does that video have?
I had about 3,000 views to date. I've got about 3,000 views on that video to date.
Okay. How many subscribers would you have, would you say?
Oh, right now I have 607 subscribers, and that's pretty good considering I only started last month.
Okay. So now on to Jacob. Let me ask Jacob these sort of questions. Alright. So, Jacob, what is the first video you ever made here on YouTube?
Well, the first video on my channel right now is so I make milkshakes around different around different events in history on that day. So the first video that I uploaded actually was an election day, and so I made a election day themed milkshake, and half of it was red for the Republicans and half of it was blue for the Democrats, and I poured it into one milkshake cup, and it was kind of a side-by-side thing, and made a little commentary about, you know, politics and whatnot. It wasn't a major election; it was like local office stuff. But
how did it taste? Did it taste? I'm going to be honest. Sometimes politics are full of crud. How did that taste?
It tasted pretty good. The red side was strawberry and the blue side was blueberry, so it tasted a little better than crud. But
well, that's good. How many views do you have on that video?
Oh, I don't know. Probably upwards of 200 by now, maybe 300. I haven't checked it in a while.
Now, how many subscribers do you have?
I only have 61. I'm nowhere near Graham, but I'm enjoying it.
Okay. So now back to Graham. Ask him a few questions, and I'll be going back and forth and ask you guys multiple questions here. So, Graham, have you ever had anything controversial happen on your channel? A video that's gone so viral that it just blew your mind?
Well, not a video that's gone viral per se. I actually made a video a few days ago, and I'm glad you brought it up, but a video that a lot of people aren't liking because now I haven't gotten any dislikes on it, but I've gotten flack over the video. You've seen the video, Tommy, but I'm basically calling out certain individuals, and yeah. A lot of people don't like it when you talk trash about people.
Okay. Let me think here. Now, have you ever? Now, I understand you do a show called The Drunk Show. Has there ever been any accidental nudity in the show accidentally because you were so drunk one time?
Not necessarily nudity, but I know what you're hinting at, Tommy. And, okay, anytime inside joke here, you'll hear people from time to time that are live on my show all of a sudden say Graham Cam. And that's because one live and forgot to not stop being live. And my camera started shaking at about 3 o'clock in the morning while it was sitting on my bed. And there were still people live on the show that were laughing at my camera. Yes, there were things going on, but you could not see anything.
I hope there wasn't any audio.
Luckily I had muted.
Imagine you were sleeping. You'd be like,
Well, here, we've been in these hangouts for a while now doing this stuff, and there's
or
been
worse
some
for you,
crazy things
worse you
happening
would
where
say
people
that you're
forget
sleeping.
that their cameras on. I don't know if you caught what I was saying there, but Hyder. We caught Hyder in an embarrassing situation. I've been caught falling asleep on a hangout because I forgot it was on.
All right. So now to Jacob, guys. What was the question that I just asked Graham? But I can ask in reverse to Jacob here, guys.
Wasn't it least popular video or getting hate on a video?
Okay. So Jacob, what is your most popular video? Has there ever been any controversy? Of course, how can there be controversy over milkshakes? Has there ever been a dispute? Has there how have you gotten a certain amount of views on a certain popular video?
My most popular video, so on Thursdays I do milkshakes, and then on Mondays I actually do other things like vlogs or challenges or whatnot. And so my most popular video is actually not a milkshake video. I saw on Reddit, like on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, someone posted a video where they had filmed 1 second from every day for the entire year, and I watched it, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I messaged them and said they inspired me to do that, and of course I didn't do it on as big of a scale as a year, but for every day in the month of February, I filmed 4 seconds every day, and then I put it together at the end of the month, and I called it February Montage, and that, I think, it doesn't have the most views because it hasn't been up for as long, but it definitely was like the quickest gaining in views of a video I've ever had.
Okay. Now here's a question for you. Has there ever been a milkshake that you had was so disgusting that that people asked for this milkshake, but you just hate to make it?
No, people haven't asked for anything that would be disgusting. I do have some things that I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't think I would ever use Whoppers because I just hate that candy. So I would be against that. I know Graham's a little shocked at that, but I usually get that response. But Whoppers are a no-go for me. I don't think you'll ever see Whoppers on my channel.
Okay, let me ask Graham a question.
Dang it!
Okay, yes, Graham, are you raising your hand? You're muted, Graham.
No, I was resting my arm on my refrigerator.
Okay, let me think
Talk
here.
turned into the classroom.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm always. If anybody ever sees me, I'm sorry. I'm always next to my refrigerator because my liquor is.
Now, Graham, is this true that you are part of an organization called MCW?
Yes, and that's why I wear the shirt. The king of the shameless plug. I'm sorry. The shirt. I didn't even have to say anything. Mayhem Championship Wrestling. Yes, and I am the global champion.
Global champion. So, has there any have you been now? I've watched. I've watched some of this, and I'd say I'm a tad a part of it. You know, and it's an awesome company. And the way for you to get involved with MCW and with my friend Graham here, you send in an audition tape. But the thing is that the guys have to approve you in order for you to become a part of it. You can send the audition tape in, but they have to approve you to see if you can be up to par. You know, you have to. The fact is, with the audition tape, you have to convince them why you want to be part of MCW and what reasons do you want to be in the company and make yourself aggressive or something different, a different character. Um, but they're an awesome family to be together. And how long have you been apart with them, Graham?
Mark Mayhem and Isaac and Dave Rose. And so far, we've started to bring people in slowly but surely, and we're growing subs and talent.
Oh, okay. Mm. I was going to ask this question to you. Uh, oh shoot. Jacob, I was going to ask this question to you. If would you ever be interested in being a part it's what MCW is it's the WWE game, and Mr. Mayhem is the boss, and he basically makes up your character, and the machine plays you, and they make up storylines, and you just make promos up, and they build it together as storylines.
Yeah, sounds interesting. I know nothing about WWE or wrestling. I used to play on the N64 back in the day. I used to play like NWO versus WWE, but that's about all I know. I used to play that with my brother, but yeah, sounds interesting.
Well, if you want to be a part of them.
Era, a generation I wish I could revisit. So awesome.
So I see that MCW wouldn't really be your taste, and you think it's awesome?
Yeah, it sounds cool. I mean, it sounds interesting. I'll definitely check it out, but I don't know if I'm the guy for them. I'm not very knowledgeable on that topic.
Basically, to make a promo, you have to be tough. You have to have a certain, uh, you know, you could say, I can. Here's an idea for you, man. I'm the milkshake man, and I'm gonna be dominant in MCW. Something like that. Or when you're working on a promo, you have to think of the most outrageous things to say, or the most epic things to say when you do a promo, and you just have to picture you're really mad at somebody because you're always trying to say, why are you worth to be in MCW? Why does MCW want somebody like you? And you're basically selling yourself as a product to them. And
Yeah.
if they like it, it's up to Mr. Mayhem, because Mr. Mayhem, I'm just a friend of the MCW family, so I don't have any direct pull with the company exactly. That is all, Mr. Mayhem. I just like to help them out.
Nice. Nice.
Now
Um,
let's take a second here. Tommy, what's your logo for MCW? Isn't it like a globe with some kind of a hat on it?
yes, it is. But yeah, it's a globe, and yes, it's. I look like a very intimidating character. What would you say, Graham, about my character?
I am. Your character looked as you do now for a very long time, and now your character has moved to a character in which I don't even want to face. Because your character has taken on another role that is a little bit more freakier. But we shall see around April Anarchy time.
Okay. 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 So now I'm gonna ask. Our other guest here a question, and So question for you. Who is your favorite YouTuber here on YouTube?
Oh, my favorite YouTuber, one of the favorite people, and actually one of the people that was encouraging me at that time, where they said, like, anyone should just get out there and do anything. I really love watching SourceFed videos. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but SourceFed, and in particular on that channel, I really love Steve Zaragoza, and he's actually the one in one of those videos that on one of their table talk videos was saying, like, people just need to get out there, make something, and put it out there. Just get started. Don't let anything hold you back. And I was just kind of watching that and thinking, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay. So let me ask Graham that same question, but I'm going to have to make an exception for Graham because I know what he's going to say. Graham, you there?
Yes, I'm here. You want to know who my favorite YouTuber is?
Take out Joe Cronin. Who is your other favorite YouTuber?
Oh, besides Joe Cronin and myself, believe it or not, it is Hobby Kids TV.
Really?
Hobby Kid. Dude, is it Hobby Kid or Hobby Kids? He says it's Hobby Kid. Hobby Kid TV. It's just a show, like, cause I got younger kids, so I love watching these videos. It's a mother, father, and two sons that are going around basically doing reviews of toys, and my sons and I watch that so that we can determine what toys they're gonna get.
Now, have you ever heard of a show called Grimm's Toy Show?
Yes, I know Grimm's Toy Show very, very, very well.
Nailing the crap out of it every single damn day of the week. Or nailing the crud out of it every single damn day of the week. Am I right?
Absolutely. He's one of the best at this, and if not, no, he is the best at this with the wrestling figure.
Oh, okay. Let me think now. So I'll ask a question to Jacob, and then we'll go into a segment where we could just talk about random things. Okay. Now, Jacob, has there been any doubts that you didn't want to make videos here on YouTube, or have you always just liked making videos here on YouTube?
Yeah, I think I've always liked, like I said, I've watched YouTube videos. I've been subscribed to channels for, years, if not before that. And before even YouTube was a thing, maybe YouTube might have been just starting out back when I was in high school. My friend and I used to make videos and show them to our friends and whatnot, and they were more stupid and whatever. So I've always liked creating videos and whatnot, and I think it was just a matter of time before I finally started putting them on YouTube.
I was in high school at the time when I joined YouTube. I was just about in grade 12 by the time when I finally joined YouTube, and this was like late as 2007. So there were already some YouTubers here on the site by that time. But at the time, though, I wasn't really planning on making videos. I was just gonna go have it to watch other people's content, comment, and somehow down the road, I finally did them. I don't know how. Sometime eventually, I started making videos down the road, but this was like probably a few months after I had my account.
All right. So Graham, the same question goes for you.
I don't ever have any doubts about being on YouTube or anything like that. I'm a talker, and so any opportunity I get to talk and express my opinion, even if it's with people I don't know, even if it's sitting here by myself, I'll do the same thing sitting out in the middle of the street, just talking to someone else. So I mean, YouTube just gives me an opportunity to present my thoughts and ideas to a larger audience.
Okay, folks.
Hey,
so now,
Tommy, before we switch segments here, there's a couple questions in the comment section.
all right, what's those questions? Are they for Graham or?
Okay, we got Casey Roberts who's asking a question of both guests. What is your most embarrassing moment? Let's start with Jacob.
Most embarrassing moment. That's a tough question. I remember once. This is just coming to mind, and I don't know if this is my most embarrassing moment. But I remember in college once, I let one rip in class, and it was on one of those wooden chairs. You know, that just makes it reverberate even more than it normally does. And everyone looked at me, but I tried to pass the blame. But it was pretty obvious that it was me. But I don't know why.
Those wooden chairs are bad. I've had a few where it sounds like a damn woodpecker's down below me.
Oh, I tell you a situation.
God, those wooden chairs suck.
I tell you a situation.
They had even ones I connected to the desk, and oh god, why would they make a desk merged in with the chair? I'm sorry, that kills it. I'm sorry, no.
One time I had the classic sneeze and fart. I was in I was like, "Hachoo!" And I tried just pretending like nothing happened, and all of a sudden teacher looks over at me and she gave me this nickname, Gas Bag, and I'm like, she's like, Gas Bag, and I'm like, really? You're going to announce?
I can't take what people call me names either.
Tommy, did that traumatize you, or I mean, I guess not because you still love to fart, right?
Yes, occasionally when I'm in the hangout, I'll accidentally slip out a fart. Occasionally, accidentally, it will happen.
Okay, well,
okay.
I guess I learned my most embarrassing.
Do that quite a few times there,
so
Tommy.
You can't just a second, okay? Just a second, Camp. What were you saying, Graham?
I'm saying, so I guess I'll just tell my most embarrassing moment. Has nothing to do with farting, because anyone who knows me knows that I'm a jerk, and I will fart in the middle of an elevator on purpose while there's an elevator full of people. But my most embarrassing moment, I would have to say, for you, dude, in the chat, was the Graham Cam. And if you haven't seen the Graham Cam, go back to my channel, subscribe, and then watch the video that says, I'm going to sleep, and you will see the Graham Cam.
And if you want to check out both of these gentlemen's shows and channels, go check in the description. On top is the Milkshake Man himself, and down below is Graham. So if you think about it, they make an even sandwich.
Someone also wants Jacob to do a promo for Mount Your Friends. Grade A Xbox arcade game that the other person said, but yeah.
I don't think that's a. Do you know anything about that, Jacob? What's that? Is that one of your fans?
I believe it is. I have played Mount Your Friends before. It's a pretty good game, but yeah.
But would you do a promotion for it? You know, shameless promotion time.
Oh yeah, I promote that game. I don't play
Like,
many video games
I'm
these days.
sneaklessly right now. Sneaklessly, I'm actually doing that right now with the Mario Golf Acapellas. This thing right here.
We got another. There's something else in the comment section here. We got Matt Newton. He says, "Thanks for the shout out, bro." And an Ethan Wilson says, or no, sorry, Casey Roberts again. He says, "A question for everybody. Describe your ideal milkshake."
My ideal milkshake would be a mixture between, okay, this is going to be crazy, but strawberry, mint chocolate chip, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate mixed all together.
All right, well, I guess I'll give mine. This is going to be real out there. So it's a milkshake base. So you get your vanilla milkshake, and then toss in some kind of citrus tang. So it's like an orange Julius, and then on top of that, you need just the right amount of booty sweat. And I think that would be an ideal milkshake.
Ugh. Yikes. Nas.
For me, basic chocolate. I don't know. I don't really know what to make as my ideal milkshake.
No, it has to be,
So
it has to
I'm
be
just gonna stick with
strawberry or...
the chocolate one.
Yeah. It has to be strawberry. Come on, it's not be strawberry.
Strawberry? Really? Actually, how about a mix of strawberry and vanilla?
Okay.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to do the one that I do every morning. I have a milkshake every morning for breakfast. Okay? Chocolate muscle milk with peanut butter, bananas, 2% milk, and whey protein.
Okay. Wow. So let's get on a topic that's, today is Easter.
You forgot Jacob. I want to hear the milkshake man's.
Oh, my favorite would have to be anything. I love the chocolate and the sweet red velvet. If it was red velvet, I would love that. Or like whenever I go to this froyo place by my house, they always have cake batter flavored ice cream. That would be great. Just dump some cake batter out of the box into a milkshake. That would be good.
So that sounds delicious also, but as you know, today is Easter. And today is the day of the rising of Christ. What are your guys' opinion on Easter?
I guess I'll go on this one. My opinion of Easter is that if we went truly biblical with the celebration of it, I think that I would be willing to celebrate it more. But the fact that we have a imaginary Canadian bunny that jumps around and delivers eggs and Easter egg hunts, I don't understand that stuff.
Why are you pinning this bunny on us? We don't want anything to do with the Easter bunny. He's probably from USA.
You have to understand, Graham doesn't like Canadians.
It's a legitimate country. Fairies and unicorns and all that stuff comes from. Okay.
Well, our leader is actually a polar bear right now. He's about to get voted out by the penguins.
See, or the moose and the mountie. But if I would celebrate Easter more as a holiday, if it was more along the biblical celebration of it. But my kids don't celebrate Easter egg hunts or anything like that. I mean, to me, it's just a Sunday. And yes, you do give extra praise today, but today is just a Sunday.
So, Jacob, what is your opinion on Easter?
I'm along the lines with you guys. I'm a religious man. I was at church this morning. I didn't do any Easter egg hunts this morning, but that's because I don't have any kids. So I probably would have done something like that if I had children, but I don't. So, I don't I like candy, so I'll eat the Easter candy, but that's not the real reason for the holiday. But
Here's
Now,
a
Jacob,
here's a quick, interesting celebration that they did in Alaska this year. They had a helicopter fly up with all those kind of big plastic Easter eggs, and inside was candy. And they dropped a whole bunch of these eggs from the helicopter onto a parking lot. Now the parking lot was full of hay because they wanted to, break the fall of the egg a little bit so it wouldn't break. The helicopter, the rotor wash ended up spraying the hay all over the place. These eggs come down at like, Mach chicken speed, and they all shatter on the ground. All these kids are picking up broken pieces of plastic egg, all sad because there's no candy inside of them.
are you serious?
Yeah, it was on Dude Like Hella's vlog.
Why did the candy shatter?
Well, it's like a container, right? This egg-shaped container, and they shattered, and the candy just went flying. Hard to find afterwards.
You know what you guys have all said here now, Sega Camp. I know you're not much of a religious person, so that's the reason why I didn't ask you the question of Easter, because you're not much of a religious guy. I know that, but
Yeah, that's kind of true. I'm not really religious anyway.
So that's the thing about our holidays. For Christian holidays, Easter and Christmas. People, as I like to say, the liberal media softens it up because they're afraid that our holidays will offend other religions, and they will goo it up just to save face. And I'm like, so wait a minute, you're going to devour my religion and make it put something like a stupid little character or a fictional fat man that has diabetes and goes down the chimney, and you're not going to base on the fact that each holiday has to do with the birth of Jesus Christ, the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, and the fact that he sacrificed himself for your sins, and that's the reason why we're not all burning in hell. But the thing is that people have different opinions, they have different religions, so in today's world, you can't say anything because people will get so offended, and they will, as I say, get butthurt because my religion is more important than yours. We're all equal in God's eyes. God made us all. You didn't come from a tree. God made you. And people say, well, how can you say that, Tommy? Where's your proof? I don't need the proof. Look at your skin. Look at your organs. You may have been born from your mother and father, but here's the fact, folks. I'm going to get a little preacherous here. But the fact is, we came from somebody, and you know who that is? That's God. He made all of us. And organs, he designed everything in this world. Where's the proof, Tommy? I don't need to give you proof because it's all there intact. Here, the earth, everything, the Big Bang. God was the one that just snapped his hands and everything was here. He designed everything down to the T, and the fact that I wonder how God feels when we mock him with these stupid ways with changing the holidays into a fat man in a red costume going around house to house giving gifts. I wonder how he feels. I wonder how he feels at the fact that his son was sacrificed for everybody's sins, and that how they basically put a gigantic stupid Easter bunny. Okay, so today I was on Facebook, and I'm looking through the pictures, and kids are going on Easter egg hunts and stuff like that, and I can see this one picture, this little girl, and this person is dressed up in a costume like the Easter bunny, and the kid is screaming its lungs off, and I'm like, oh, that's very traumatizing for a kid, but can you imagine letting somebody dress up like Jesus Christ and having them hold that child, would that child cry at the sight of Jesus Christ? Well, probably would cry at the sight of Jesus Christ on the cross, nailed up on the cross. But Jesus Christ was a very loving person, a very caring person. He sacrificed himself. He healed people. He went up to the sickest people and healed them. And that man was a true person because he he sacrificed. Today I have a question for all of you guys. This is a question: would you sacrifice yourself for the whole world to say? Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to make you carry this 1,000-pound cross through the city. Okay, say for you, Graham, in Atlanta, they make you carry this 1,000-ton cross, and you have to drag it there while they're whipping you. And as soon as they do, they set it up and they pull you up on there, and they start nailing your hands. Like literally, they're taking big spikes, and they're boom, boom. But you're doing this to sacrifice for people's sins. Would you do that, Graham?
Well, considering that I already sacrificed for America's sins, yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am a veteran of the U.S. military. Gunshot wounds, bullet wounds, all that stuff. Yes, I've sacrificed for the United States. But I don't think that even I would have the testicular fortitude to sacrifice myself for the entire human race. That was a mission that was delegated to Jesus. It was not delegated to me.
I understand that. I was just asking the question if you were in Jesus'.
Can I put something out there for those people that are watching your show?
Yes.
For those of you individuals who have put your love and Decembery affection into St. Nicholas, a.k.a. Santa Claus, I should make you aware, because me, Graham Hall, yes, I'm my own different person on the channel, but I am a historian. I've gone to school for this. I know history from beginning of the world to present. That's why I know religion very well. But St. Nicholas was, this is a PG show, correct, Tommy?
Yes, it is.
St. Nicholas was a jerk. Okay? All right? St. Nicholas did not bring you presents. St. Nicholas punished bad people. He didn't give anything to good people. All he did was punish bad people. This is a story that has come back around, and yes, my kids still get Christmas presents because it's freaking Christmas. Come on. But St. Nicholas was not a good dude.
Yes. And
he still became a saint, though, so he must have done something right.
Well, he's from the time where the Catholic Church loved to make bad people suffer. So that's how he became a saint.
So, let me think here. Everybody agrees here that, the main reason of what Easter is about is the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Am I right? Everybody agrees here with me?
Yes, I agree.
I'm not too well versed in Christianity. However, I like to look at Easter as a celebration of spring and all that spring brings. Whether it's, the chicks, the young rabbits. There's a lot of awesome things that spring brings around the time of Easter right now.
Okay, that's a interesting way of looking at Easter. But
Tom, you could put it as the same thing with Jesus' resurrection. April and Easter is the beginning of new life, and Jesus' resurrection was the beginning of his new life, to which he ascended afterwards. But one thing, and I'm gonna put it out there, it doesn't matter. Actually, Jews are a little bit different with it, but you know that Muslims and Christians both believe the same thing in regards to that?
Except they name their God a completely different thing. They don't call it God, but it's the same.
No. Correction. Allah is just the Arabic language's way to say God. Muslims believe in Jesus Christ. Muslims believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior.
It's just the Jewish people, no offense to them, they don't.
Jews are still waiting for their Savior.
Now, here's the thing. Here's my question. In today's society, who do they expect to be their? I'm not trying to be mean to the Jewish culture, no offense, but I'm asking the Jewish people here, if any of my fans are Jewish, who do you think in this world, take a ballpark of just looking around and saying what figures you think could be your savior? Do you think that any person in this world would sacrifice themselves for you? And who is this form? Who is this person that you are waiting for that is your savior? And here's the thing, I'm standing here saying I am not judging what your beliefs are. I'm just asking a simple question to the Jewish community, that who do you think in this world would be your savior? And if they have to be human, so who is going to get on a cross? Who is going to lead you to for your beliefs? Is there any comments?
Tommy, can your historian take a poke at that one?
Well, Moses led Jews in their origin.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate you for bringing that up. This is going to bring me to my point, okay? In today's society, since the millennium, okay, when the whole world has went to crud, I'm watching myself, Tommy, purposefully on your show.
Thank you.
But since the entire world has gone to crud since the millennium, okay, if Moses was around during this time, if Isaac, Jacob, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Judas, if any of these individuals from biblical times were around in this time, do you know where they would be?
Where would they be?
In a mental institution, because everyone would label them as crazy or schizophrenic for hearing voices. When they got to actually hear the voice of God, they would label them as schizophrenic and put them in a mental asylum.
Well, exactly what happened to Jesus. They didn't put him in a mental institution. They basically said they thought he was crazy, and they were threatened by his ability to heal, and that the fact that he heard his Father's voice and heard his Father's voice, God, and that's the reason why they strung him up on the cross, was because they were threatened by Jesus.
Now,
and
may I bring a religious question to you, Tommy?
What's that?
Okay, now, I feel like, I am not a Christian. I am not a Muslim. I am not a Jew. I am a believer. Okay, if you want to label me as something, label me as a believer. But there is one question that I've always wanted answered. I'm not sure if your show is the place where I should be asking this question. But I have read the Bible. I have read the Torah. I have read my minor was in theology, so I had to read it.
Hello?
We're having some connection
You're
issues.
kind of breaking up there, buddy.
Yes, Jesus is my Savior. Yes, I do believe in God. Yes, I do believe in Jesus. Yes, Jesus is my Savior. But why are there people that worship Jesus when Jesus said, "Do not worship me, worship he who sent me"?
Well, people like to have a figurehead, right? A head of state, so to speak. But this is
I do. No, don't get me wrong. I do thank Jesus and love Jesus for everything he did.
Here, I just want to say something before we get into this heavy religious talk here.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
very controversial issue, the issue of religion, but I think that you tell me you're a historian, and on a historical basis, these beliefs have been around for over 2,000 years, and they're arguably steeped in beliefs that are even older than we can imagine. And I think that every religion that exists today is a very important piece of regional culture, a very important piece of humanity, and something that shouldn't be glossed over and really too heavily tried to be defined or pontificated upon. The fact is, it's survived this long. That's amazing. We have the stories we have, and we can pass them on to our children.
Yes.
I just
No, I'm not trying. I'm not
and
trying to.
hold on. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of this, but I hate it when people, you know, shut people down because they, that's not what Jesus said, or that's not what the Bible says, or, Muslim guys saying, well, that's not what the Torah told me, I mean, Quran. But that's what I don't like is when there's those there are people out there like that, right? Who will, they'll look at you like a demon because you question what they think to be totally literal, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm in no way saying that anybody's wrong.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just have my own questions.
Of course.
I mean, I know what happened at the Nicene Temple with Constantine. I know that the Gnostics got put out, and I've read the Gnostic Gospels. Gnostic Gospels were awesome, but I mean, it's as a historian, religion brings upon more questions than answers. As a historian, because you look at stuff that isn't put into religion, that isn't accepted into religion, but then it just raises more questions. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our other guest here, would you like to join into this conversation and give some of your thoughts on this conversations that we were talking about here, sir?
Well, I'm no historian or anything, so I don't have much to add in. The one comment interesting that Graham was talking about earlier when he was saying why do people worship Jesus, so to speak. I think some people would say that, Christians would say that they're one and the same, the Holy Trinity, and so maybe, in the sense that they're worshiping Jesus, they're worshiping God, they're worshiping the Holy Spirit, they're worshiping God just in general. Because I've never maybe met someone who said that they believe in Jesus but not God, or worship Jesus and not God. Of course, there's people that maybe believe in a historical figure, Jesus, but they don't believe that he was the Son of God. But maybe that's what people mean by that, so to speak. I'm not sure, but we could talk about this all night, but I probably need to be wrapping it up here soon, and I don't mean to end this debate between you guys, and you can continue.
Oh, I understand that. If you have to, I want to say you can give yourself a plug right now if you need to leave. Guys, go check out this. My mind slips sometimes. If you want to, you can give yourself I allow all my guests to give themselves a plug on the show, and if you want, you could do that right now.
Okay. You can check out my channel. It's called Shake On It with Jacob. Every Monday I do new videos like vlogs or challenges or things, and then every Thursday I create a milkshake themed around some event on that date in history. So like this coming Thursday, I believe is April 9th. So there'll be something that happened on an April 9th in history, and we'll make a milkshake about that.
Okay, man, that's awesome. Thank you. I want to say thank you again for coming on my show. We really do. We really do appreciate this, and thank you for coming on. We at the last moment, Sam told me that he had contacted you and you were interested in being on the show, so I decided to do a thing here where I have multiple guests here on the show. I really do appreciate. So, ladies and gentlemen, go check out his channel, subscribe to his channel, share his videos, stay positive, and
I'll tell you what, I've already subscribed because those shakes got me interested, man.
I just subscribed. You have one new subscriber in the last 20 minutes from me.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, man, I have a question for you. Would you mind making a Tommy NC 2010 milkshake?
Hey, yeah, someone commented in the section, I think maybe earlier in the night when we all described our favorite milkshake, I may make those for you guys in the future. We'll see about that.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Jacob, hey, all of my people that I have sent to come watch this video, go subscribe to Shake On It with Jacob. All right. I'm the king of the shameless plug. So now, Jacob, you are now part of shameless plug repertoire.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you. See you guys.
See you later.
Goodbye.
folks, that was Jacob, and we're on here, and so
Tommy,
we're.
did you finish that rum yet?
Yes, I did. It is completely gone.
How are you feeling? Did it go down
I
smooth?
feel fine. It was completely watered down, so I am not drunk.
So it's time for
Of
another
course
one,
not.
Tommy.
If it wasn't
Do
for this
you know-
cord, I'd probably be falling over right now.
Tommy, it's time you go get another fill up of rum and coke.
Tommy, how come you have never gotten like this and been on the drunk show?
Well, because every time you do the drunk show, it's at 11 o'clock, my friend.
We do it when normal people are drunk.
Well, in my
Now
circumstances,
with the drink ring now, I think I should get myself a can of pop or something. Just something to drink on the show.
May
But
I
you know,
promote what I'm drinking, Tommy?
what's that?
May I promote what I'm drinking?
What is that? What are you drinking?
Remy Martin, 1738. Just finished the last of this bottle. Just put the last of this bottle in my cup for tonight. Remy Martin, 1738. It's $8 a
Brandy.
bottle, but it is smooth.
That dirty, dirty brandy.
And I'm drinking a nice orange Kool-Aid lemon. Kool-Aid.
Hey, Graham, do you drink that Remy by itself, or do you mix it with something?
No, the 1738. It's disrespectful if you mix it with anything. This is the smoothest brandy that you can drink. There is no afterburn. There is no. I mean, there's only one brandy that is smoother than this. And I actually just finished a bottle of this last night on a drunk show.
Was it
But it's
cool?
called
Was it
Douce. It's called Douce.
Now, Graham, I have a question for you. We're gonna change the subject a little bit. Who is the biggest wrestler, in your opinion, in MCW right now?
In MCW, the biggest wrestler is me.
Really?
I mean, I'm the global champion. I'm the only person to hold both the hardcore and the global championship. Okay?
Did you just recently win the hardcore championship also?
No, I took the champion. Every time I get a championship, I take it off of somebody else. First, I took the championship off of Mark Mayhem for the hardcore championship, and then I held it as long as I felt like holding it. I was not even pinned to lose it, by the way. And I was so mad that I decided that I was going to go to Dead on Dave and take his global championship. And this is me. I'm the 300-pound monster. I'm the guy you don't want to meet in a dark alley or in a wrestling ring. I'm sorry, it seems like I'm cutting a promo right now, but if someone submitted, I have yet to be actually beat the championship I won.
I'm curious.
Tommy, coming up at an hour here. Got about 58 minutes we've been on.
Okay. So, Sam, is there any
It
questions?
has been long now.
Sam, is there any questions or impersonations in the chat at all for me or Graham or anybody else here?
Just a minute. Okay, well, someone said that your savior could be Kanye West.
That's racist. Black
Someone
people
asks
don't even
Tommy,
can I put
why
this
are
out
you
there?
so handsome?
Black people do not like Kanye West on a human-to-human basis. It's Caucasians that like Kanye West.
No.
I think it's actually Asian people.
No.
Okay.
But, Tommy, someone else asks, Tommy, why are you so handsome?
I'm just this way. I don't think I'm handsome. I'm just think I'm myself.
I've been wondering that myself, Tommy.
Okay.
Why I'm so
And,
handsome?
Yes. I mean, Tommy, you're better looking than me sometimes.
Well, I don't try to be that. I just try to be myself.
Well, you got
Mr.
some
Mod-
real dapper clothing, Tommy. That's one thing going.
Maybe I should start dressing in suits. Maybe I'll get more subs.
You might start looking like
I
a
kind of
pimp.
went that route too, though, people. Everybody else, I am always used to have my usual attire now, and now I'm always wearing a buttoned-up shirt with a gray top over it.
I don't know if that's dapper or like I'm a college professor.
What other questions are there? What other questions are there? Are there any questions or anything like that?
I have a question for Sam, if you don't mind, Tommy.
Sure.
All right, Sam, I have a question for you.
Shoot, man.
I would love to you. I would love for you to be on my show because I would love to interview you and a gentleman by the name of Devious Dave Rose, so
Aha.
that you two gentlemen can prove to me that Canada is a legitimate country.
Okay, yeah, I'll take you up on your offer. Just let me know when that would be.
Outstanding.
You know, honestly,
I'll
I
be
hate to say
preparing
this, but
all my evidence.
honestly, since I have an idea, how about this? You and Devious Dave Rose should meet up since you guys live in Canada, and you guys should meet up. You know, you should go if Dave wants you to. I don't know if you should go over to Dave's house, or Dave can come over to your house, and you guys can both be interviewed in the same two Canadians in one house.
Tommy, you know, Canada's like the mirror image of the United States. We're just as big. It'd be
Well,
like
where do you live, Sam?
Yeah, I live on the West Coast, very close to a place called Vancouver.
I'm
Oh,
actually.
okay. So you're
I
away
live
from
in
Toronto.
Canada, by the way.
Very far away
I
from
live in
Toronto. The
Ontario.
drive would be probably 12 to 14 hours.
Oh,
It would be a
it's
plane
like
ride of 6 hours or so.
Well, believe it or not, gentlemen, I am 2.5 hours from Tommy.
You got to get a road trip going on.
I've thought about it on numerous occasions. I know I want to go up there and go fishing up in the Black Mountains, but it's
you know
just
what's funny?
business is a little crazy.
You know something interesting? I thought of a song. It's like you heard that song from Adult Swim. It's called "Too Many Cooks," and it's just a song. It goes over and over again. I just thought of a song. It's like too many Canadians, one house. Too many Canadians, one house. Too many Canadians, one house. Too many Canadians, one house.
You know what happens then, Tommy? That's when the hockey sticks come out, and it's a free for all.
And the moose.
Yeah, and then you get the preserved moose in a jar, and that's when you smash it on the floor with a stink bomb.
Tell me you should change it. There's too many ponies in one house.
Oh my gosh, Mark.
Mark, do not make me come to England. Mark, I do not want to pay the money to buy a ticket over there to England, but I will buy a ticket and come over there to England.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
dear
God.
God, no.
No, what everyone fails to realize, what everyone doesn't know, Tommy knows this. Graham is rich. Graham travels on a whim. All right, not tooting my own horn, but toot toot. I'm a real estate investor by trade. Okay, but I make threats to come to different countries and states. I mean, my kids just asked me this afternoon, Daddy, when are we going back to Korea? Because they want to go eat Korean food. So, I mean, I will come to England and I will irritate Mark Hyder just because I'm that type
I'm
of
actually
guy.
on my way over to London, England in May to go meet Mark Hyder.
Oh, London, England in May. Mark, how long would it take for you, or do you have the ability to get to Germany?
Mark.
Mark doesn't have a passport.
I have no passport. No.
Oh goodness, because I have an uncle that lives in Stuttgart, who has a bar in Stuttgart. That I
got family in Germany as well.
Yeah, my uncle owns a bar over in Stuttgart.
England,
So.
I would go meet Mark for sure. I
I'm
do
part
have
German.
a passport now. I had just got mine renewed not long ago.
Graham,
Okay,
I want to let you know something. I'm issuing this as a challenge. If you ever come up to Black Mountain, North Carolina, you better bring that title because I'm going to take it from you. You understand that? In real life perspective. I will
All right,
plant
well,
you.
I will tell all of your fans one thing. If Tommy NC 2010, Tommy Talks, Tommy Fenton, whatever you want to call him.
NC 2010, please.
Okay, Tommy NC 2010. If you, fans of his, decide that you're going to go become patrons and you people donate enough per month to where this gentleman here is making $200 a month via Patreon, I will go to Black Mountain, North Carolina, and I will allow Tommy NC 2010 to beat me in the head with a steel chair.
By God!
Ooh, snap!
Yes, folks, go to patreon.com/TommyNC2010 and become a patron and help support the Tommy Network.
Yeah, if you want to see Graham get hit in the head with a steel chair, donate to Tommy's Patreon.
Now, I'm a little
Yeah.
afraid to go to Black Mountain, North Carolina anyway. Oh, I'm a little scared to go to Black Mountain, North Carolina anyway because of, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Bad weather? Is it bad weather?
but no, there's certain parts of the country that us alternate colored individuals stay away from.
Oh. Well, don't worry. Black Mountain's not racist, so we
Well, it's
love
Black
we
Mountain.
love the color folks. Why do you think it's called Black Mountain?
I'll tell you who I want to meet. There's one individual in Black Mountain that I want to meet.
Who's that?
Besides you, Tommy, because I've met you, but I want to meet another individual, and his name is Hamza. Because
Yes.
I have a couple words that I have.
Yeah,
for
Hamza's good too.
I would like to sit down and have a conversation with Hamza and put Hamza in his place.
Oh. Well, I hate to do this,
What's
folks.
wrong about
I'm gonna
Hamza?
cut it off.
It's like my so brand.
I'm gonna cut it off a little bit early tonight, but thank you for watching the show. Become a patron, if you if you become a patron tonight on Tommy Talks, we'll think of a reward that we can give you. That if you become a patron tonight, it would be awesome if you can.
I got a
But
reward
as
for you,
always-
Tommy.
Huh?
I have a reward for you.
What's that?
If you guys go to Tommy NC's Patreon account tonight, and Tommy receives $50 total in donations on his Patreon account, I will send one individual at random from the people that have become patrons one of my t-shirts for
That's
free.
guaranteed right there, folks. That's guaranteed. Graham will send you a custom shirt from his custom site and even signed also.
That does sound
Okay,
awesome.
well, I guess I'll have to sign it now. But yeah, so hey, I'm a patron of Tommy. So
Yes.
all of you jackwads need to become patrons of Tommy.
Well,
I'm
guys,
sorry if I called you jackwads.
Jackwands, and they won't become patrons if you become a Jackwand.
Anybody that knows me knows that everyone has names. If I don't know your name personally, you have a random name accumulated with everybody else in your genre.
Well, folks, go check out Graham's channel and become a patron. And as always, I'm Tommy NC2010, and I'm keeping you on the inside. Fact. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
See ya.